Theravada Buddhism and wellbeing. While knowledge of Buddha has mainly been passed down through the ages orally rather than in written form, he was a man named Siddhartha Gautama who lived in the 6th century BC. At around age 29, Buddha went searching for the meaning of life, and after some 6 years of contemplation, he came to a revelation about how to reduce human suffering. He took this revelation to the people and began to preach his ideas. Buddhism nowadays has 3 main branches: Theravada, Vajrayana, and Mahayana. Over time, it has extended to include other forms with newer influences. While all are based on the same beliefs, each is unique. All follow the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which are all core teachings given by Buddha when he was preaching. This short presentation is looking at Theravada Buddhism and how it relates to well-being in the modern era. While there are variations in practice from temple to temple, the doctrines are mostly similar within Theravada. Theravada Buddhism is practiced in Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and Burma. Theravada emphasizes individual enlightenment. The ideal is to become an arhat, which means worthy one in the Pali language. An arhat is a person who has achieved enlightenment and is free from the birth and death cycle, transcending what is known as the practical dependent origination of stages of existence. Theravada considers an individual's ego or personality to be a delusion. Once one has transcended the deception, the individual may enjoy the state of a blissful nirvana and never having to be reborn again. Theravada teaches that enlightenment comes entirely from the effort of the self, rather than from gods or outside influences. By upholding the 5 precepts, following the Noble Eightfold Path, and applying practical dependent origination, one reduces the suffering way, thereby maximizing well-being and creating a good life. The 5 precepts are a guide of what not to do. They are rules that are given to all those people who are trying to adhere to a Buddhist way of life. There's 5 for the lay people, but several hundreds for the nuns and the monks that are practicing in a monastery. Compassion is associated with the whole process of awakening that develops through deep mindfulness and insight, which is known as right mindfulness and right understanding in the Buddha's Eightfold Path of liberation. Compassion is also indirectly related to other 6 factors cultivated within the Eightfold Path. Right thought is the power of intent that motivates right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Disciplined strength in mind and body helps us nurture and sustain healthy states of mind. Right concentration helps a sense of peace through focused attention in meditation. When those states of mind are cultivated in meditation, they become the 4 immeasurable attitudes, which give the mind capacity to overcome obstacles, to live with ease, and to support one's progress in all aspects of the path, and to provoke the potential in others for similar states of mind. The principle of practical dependent origination is the beginningless and endless process of evolution. It is a continual cycle that is endured for all eternity and is in no sequential order. To create transcendence, it is essential to reflect on the interrelationship of all things in the natural order and understand how all is connected to one system of causal relationships within the whole natural order. Once this system is understood on the inner level, our suffering is eased and we are led to a state of well-being. The main avenue to enlightenment in the Theravada tradition is through vipassana or insight meditation. Vipassana is a disciplined self-observation of body and thoughts and how they interconnect. This form of meditation achieves insight into the true nature of things and is difficult to accomplish because human beings usually see things altered by their perceptions, opinions, and past experiences. The aim of this meditation is to completely change the way we perceive and understand the universe, and it helps us to stay in the present moment. According to Buddha, mindfulness illuminates the path of awakening. While living an ethical and moral life would bring genuine happiness, the real essence of happiness lies within us. Having a good heart, not harming others, being compassionate and showing loving kindness, generosity, patience or perseverance, having strong ethics or morals, obtaining wisdom and living in mindfulness, can reduce suffering and give happiness to self and others. Buddhism has demonstrated positive practices of maintaining well-being. Research supports the theory that one can feel better by practicing Buddhism and notes 3 fields of psychological methods of Buddhist wellness by living in the present or using mindfulness, the development of maintaining calm emotions, and decreased detachment to the self. Regular meditation alleviates a range of conditions, including stress, anxiety, depression, poor sleep, and coping with chronic pain. It can also reduce inflammation, improve immunity, and lower blood pressure. Buddhists consider meditation an important method to calm the mind and a means to destroy the 3 root causes of suffering, those being desire, hatred, and ignorance. Buddhists believe that emotions strongly influence people's thoughts, words, and actions, and have an impact on their well-being or happiness. In Buddhism, mind, awareness, and consciousness are synonyms, and the mind in Buddhism includes all perceptual, conceptual, and emotional states, both conscious and unconscious. Therefore, emotional or mental states are all mind-related subjective experiences. In comparison with my own self-developed spiritual beliefs, I resonate with the Four Noble Truths, and is strongly focused on suffering. I believe that suffering is necessary to transcend the life lessons that we are to learn towards gaining enlightenment. I have similar core beliefs as those that are stated in the Eightfold Path, and it seems I practice the 4 immeasurables instinctively. These are aligned with my own spiritual beliefs, as I have found that emotional intelligence, calming the mind, or focused activity are beneficial in enhancing my well-being. The process for accomplishing happiness in Buddhism involves uprooting the negative emotions and enhancing the positive ones by practicing generosity, calmness, and compassion. These are positive emotions because they bring happiness to self and others. This is something that I practice daily in my own life. My spirituality encourages generosity and kindness, which creates harmony within relationships and support for those who need it.